You bring home your report card. Your heart is racing. You slowly hand it to your parents. Will they laugh? Stay silent? Give you a lecture? Or cancel your weekend forever? Believe it or not, the answer depends a lot on where you live. Around the world, parents react to bad grades in very different ways, and those reactions often reflect each country's culture, education system, and family values. Today, we're traveling through the USA, China, Russia, and India to see how families might respond when a student gets disappointing grades. Some reactions may surprise you, and some might remind you of your own parents. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and join us for more fascinating family traditions and cultural stories from around the world. Let's find out which country feels the most familiar. USA, the honest conversation. Jake stared at his math test as the final school bell rang. At the top of the page, written in bright red ink, was a number he wished he could erase. 58%. His stomach dropped. The bus ride home felt longer than usual. While his friends chatted and laughed, Jake sat quietly by the window, wondering how he would explain the grade to his parents. When he finally arrived home, his mom was in the kitchen preparing dinner. "Hey, Jake. How was school?" she asked cheerfully. Jake hesitated. It was okay. But his mother immediately noticed something was wrong. "Are you sure?" Slowly, Jake opened his backpack and pulled out the test paper. His mom glanced at the score. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Jake expected anger. He expected disappointment. Instead, his mom sat down beside him. "What happened?" she asked calmly. Jake explained that he had struggled with fractions and felt lost during several lessons. He admitted that he was embarrassed to ask questions in class because everyone else seemed to understand. That evening, his father joined them at the kitchen table. Rather than focusing on the grade itself, they focused on the reason behind it. His dad grabbed a notebook. "Let's figure this out together." They talked about Jake's study habits, his homework routine, and whether he was getting enough sleep. His parents reminded him that everyone struggles sometimes. "What matters isn't the mistake," his father said. "What matters is what you do next." Together, they created a plan. Jake would spend 30 minutes reviewing math each evening. His parents would help him practice difficult problems. His teacher agreed to provide extra worksheets. Over the next few weeks, Jake worked hard. Sometimes he became frustrated. Sometimes he wanted to quit. But his parents continued encouraging him. Every small improvement was celebrated. Finally, another math test arrived. Jake felt nervous, but prepared. A week later, he received the results. 84%. His face lit up. When he showed his parents, they smiled proudly. Not because of the number, but because he had learned how to overcome a challenge. That night, Jake realized something important. One bad grade didn't define who he was. It was simply the beginning of a lesson much bigger than math. Many American families encourage open communication and problem solving. While parenting styles vary, parents often focus on helping children understand mistakes, build confidence, and develop skills for future success. Next on the list is China. Practice makes progress. Li Wei slowly walked home after school. His exam paper felt unusually heavy inside his backpack. When he reached his apartment building, he paused before entering. He already knew his score. It was much lower than expected. Inside, his mother greeted him warmly. "How was your exam?" Li Wei quietly handed her the paper. She studied it carefully. He braced himself for disappointment. Instead, she simply asked, "Which questions were the most difficult?" Li Wei pointed to several sections he didn't understand. His mother nodded thoughtfully. That evening, the family gathered around the dining table. But tonight, it wasn't a place for dinner conversations. It became a study station. After work, Li Wei's father joined them. Together, they reviewed every mistake one by one. Whenever Li Wei solved a problem correctly, his parents encouraged him. "Good," his father said. "Now, let's try another one." Hours passed. Not with pressure, not with anger, but with patience and persistence. Over the following weeks, Li Wei followed a structured routine. He completed homework, reviewed notes, practiced exercises, and took regular breaks. His parents reminded him that improvement comes little by little. Some days were difficult. Some concepts seemed impossible. Yet each day he understood a little more. One evening, after solving a particularly challenging problem, Li Wei smiled. For the first time, he felt confident. When the next exam arrived, he approached it differently. Instead of fear, he felt prepared. The results came back a week later. His score had improved significantly. His parents congratulated him. But they didn't focus on the number. Instead, they praised his effort, discipline, and determination. That evening, Li Wei realized success wasn't about being perfect. It was about continuing to learn, even after making mistakes. Education has long been highly valued in Chinese culture. Many families emphasize discipline, persistence, and consistent effort, encouraging children to develop strong study habits and long-term dedication to learning. Third on the list is Russia. Quiet expectations. Sophia walked home through the cold afternoon air. Inside her backpack was a history test she wished she could hide. The score wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. As she entered the apartment, she found her father reading a newspaper. Her mother was preparing tea. Without saying a word, Sophia placed the test on the table. Her father examined it carefully. Then he looked up. He didn't shout. He didn't lecture. He simply said, "Sit down." Sophia sat quietly. For several minutes, they reviewed the test together. Her father asked questions. What happened here? Why did you choose this answer? Did you understand the lesson? Sophia explained that she had rushed through her studying. She assumed she already knew the material. Her father listened carefully. Finally, he leaned back and said, "Knowledge stays with you for life." The room became quiet again. His words carried weight. That evening, her mother suggested reading additional books about the topic. Together, they created a simple plan. A little reading each day. A little review each evening. Nothing dramatic. Nothing extreme. Just steady effort. Over the following weeks, Sophia spent more time learning rather than memorizing. She discovered historical stories she genuinely enjoyed. Gradually, her confidence grew. When another history test arrived, she felt much calmer. This time, she was prepared. When the results came back, she had improved significantly. Her father looked at the new grade and smiled slightly. For Sophia, that small smile meant everything. She understood that her parents weren't expecting perfection. They expected responsibility. They expected commitment. And most importantly, they expected her to keep learning. Many Russian families place strong importance on education, responsibility, and self-discipline. Parents may encourage children through calm, direct conversations and emphasize personal growth through consistent effort. Now we go to India, the family meeting. Arav stared at his report card while walking home. His grades were lower than usual. Not terrible, but definitely not what his family expected. As soon as he entered the house, his mother noticed something was wrong. What happened? Arav slowly handed her the report card. She looked at the marks and raised an eyebrow. Within minutes, his father joined the discussion. Soon, his grandmother walked into the room. Then his older cousin arrived. Before long, it felt like a family meeting. Everyone wanted to know what had happened. At first, Arav felt embarrassed. But as the conversation continued, he realized nobody was there simply to criticize him. They genuinely wanted to help. His father asked about school. His mother asked whether he was struggling with specific subjects. His grandmother shared stories about challenges she faced when she was younger. His cousin offered study tips. Together, they discovered that Arav had been spending too much time on video games and not enough time reviewing lessons. The family agreed on a new plan. His father helped create a daily timetable. His mother promised to quiz him before exams. His cousin offered help with mathematics. His grandmother reminded him not to lose confidence. Marks can improve, she said. Never stop believing in yourself. Over the next month, Arav followed the plan. It wasn't always easy. Sometimes he wanted to skip studying. Sometimes he felt frustrated. But every evening, someone in the family checked on his progress. Slowly, his grades began improving. When the next report card arrived, the results were much better. The entire family celebrated together. His grandmother even made his favorite dessert. That night, Arav understood something special. In his family, success wasn't an individual journey. It was a team effort. Whenever one person struggled, everyone stepped forward to help. In many Indian families, education is viewed as an important pathway to future opportunities. Parents and extended family members often play active roles in encouraging, supporting, and motivating children throughout their educational journey. So, which country's parents remind you the most of your own? Are they calm like many families in the USA? Focused on practice like in China? Quiet but serious like in Russia? Or does the whole family get involved like in India? Remember, every family is unique, and these are general cultural tendencies. Not every parent reacts the same way. Tell us in the comments, what happens when someone gets bad grades in your country? We'd love to hear your story, and your comment might even inspire our next video. If you enjoyed this journey around the world, don't forget to like, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating cultural comparison. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.